Hello, everybody. I'm really happy to have everyone here for our weekly webinars that we do every single Tuesday to essentially show and explain what we have to offer for veterans here in Punta Cana. So now that we've gotten done with the introductions, I'll get straight into the presentation to show everything. Then we have our special guests to ask them a couple questions. And then we will have time at the end of the webinar for your questions. So if you have any questions during the presentation or during the interview, drop it in the chat and we'll get to it before we sign off. So let's first get started with the brands that are working together to bring this tour. So we have Veterans Care International as the primary brand. Veterans Care International is the brand that's bringing the medical side of the tour. Veterans Care International has two different clinics here in the Punta Cana area that when you come on the tours, you will be visiting both of these facilities. Then you also have the brand Where Veterans Are VIP, and that brand is what brings all the extra activities, the excursions, everything outside of the medical is managed through Where Veterans Are VIP. And then the third brand is the foundation, the Punta Cana Foundation, that helps to cover the expenses of the tours, like the hotel stay, the food, and some of the other activities that we provide. So those are the brands that come together. We also have a couple other brands like the hotel, the real estate brand as well, which we'll talk about later in the presentation. Also, I wanted to quickly introduce myself. My name is Jalen Reinhardt. I'm the general manager here at Veterans Care International. I essentially was raised here in Punta Cana. I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I came here when I was 4 or 5 years old, and I grew up here since. So I've seen Punta Cana way 20 years back then, and to see the growth now. I'm still here, a whole completely different place from way back then, and I'm happy to be a part of the growth. Also, my grandfather, he is a Army veteran, so I guess that is how I got connected on the veteran side. So why Punta Cana and why veterans? Well, that's why. And my grandfather is a U.S. veteran, and I was raised here in Punta Cana, even though I was born in the United States. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Punta Cana, the location itself, why this should be one of your number one destinations if you're looking at relocating or visiting for vacation. And number one is that it has, of course, beautiful beaches, nice clear water, hot weather, but in a great weather all year round. So even in December, in January, and February, where it's usually cold in some areas, it's hot here all year round. And also, you have a strong and growing economy here in Punta Cana. Every single year, it breaks records as far as how many tourists come into the country. So that, again, is a great sign that people are coming back, people are moving here, people are visiting for the first time, more people are visiting for the first time. And again, that's always a good sign that it's a good place to visit. You also have that it's very safe. So like I mentioned, tourism is very important to Punta Cana and the Dominican Republic. So of course there's no tourism if there's no safety. So out here in Punta Cana, they make sure that the streets are safe, that there are always patrols at night to make sure that it's, again, a safe environment for people to walk around, go to the beach, go to restaurants, and stuff like that. And also, why is it good Punta Cana? Well, because you have Veterans Care International, and we're about to get into that right now. So this next slide is to talk about what is the tour, right? What will you expect? What does this have to offer? What am I going to do for these 7 days? So we're going to get into that right now. So like I mentioned, these tours are 7 days. It's Tuesday. You come in Tuesday. You leave on Tuesday. So what to expect? You will be visiting the medical facilities. Usually the way we structure the tour is we have the medical in the morning, and then we have the activities in the afternoon. So usually most of the mornings you will be in one of the two medical facilities having your medical appointments. Also, all of the plans, medical plans that you will receive are personalized and customized to your needs. So we do not give everybody the same exact appointment schedule because, of course, everybody has different needs and different conditions. So this experience will be personalized to you. Also, you will have opportunities to build connections with fellow veterans. So again, this is a group tour where we're allowing up to 12 to 13 veterans to come on the tours every single time that we have them. We have these 3 times a month, so 3 weeks every month we do these tours. And again, you're gonna be with these veterans for the whole week, doing the activities, getting to know them. We also have a local activity that we do on Thursdays where we invite the local veterans to meet the tour veterans, and we have kind of like a game night. So we'll play bingo, we'll play card games like spades, we play Uno, we play dominoes. So it's a whole lot of fun. It's barbecue, free barbecue for everybody. So it's a really nice experience to not only get to know veterans on the tour, but also get to know veterans who live here right now so that you can see kind of what their experience is like living on the tropical island here in Punta Cana. You'll also get the opportunity to look at real estate. So if you're interested in either A, relocating to Punta Cana, or B, if you're looking for an investment opportunity here in Punta Cana as well, because like I said, tourism is a main factor here. We will offer these tours for you on Saturdays usually, where you'll be able to see real estate opportunities. Then you have the activity side of things, which just to name a couple that we've done in the past, you have stuff like dance class, we do movie night, we do the gathering, the bingo, and the game night on one of the nights. We have an excursion, a private catamaran that we do on Sundays. We do wellness activities as well in the morning, like certain meditations and therapies. So yeah, we do a whole lot of activities as well in the afternoon, usually after the medical in the morning. So right here, I have a quick video so that you are able to visualize what you can expect. After I kind of explained it, now I want you to see what you can expect. And all of the clips in this video that you're gonna watch are real clips of what we're doing here. So I'll go ahead and let you watch it.
I truly appreciate VCI for what they're doing to help veterans. We all know what we deal with. We all know that, you know, our doctors are most likely overworked, overburdened, and just having to push people through the system. We get that, but here it's a whole different ball game. It's on another level, and I feel that, look, I know my doctor personally, each one of them, and I just met them, but I feel they know me even more than the doctors that I have been with for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And that all by itself says so much.
If a veteran does not take advantage of this, in all sincerity, they're shortchanging themselves. Wasn't quite sure what to expect, but between the lab work, the x-rays, the MRIs, and the chiropractic services, the physical therapy. Everything has just been top notch. And I feel well rested and rejuvenated since I've been here. Extremely well rested. This is one of those scenarios where you truly don't know what you're missing unless you come here and see it for yourself. It's well worth the trip. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
I'm so happy that I came and spent time out here, and the staff was amazing, and the doctors are fantastic. Would recommend it for anyone who wanted to come out here and do this tour. It is very much paradise, happiness, and very well worth the medical care. When I came, I was just reeking with pain, and now I can move my arm. I can't thank the staff and the doctors enough for everything they have done for me since I've been here. I look forward to continuing my treatment and care here. I look forward to staying in the beautiful Hotel La Flores. I look forward to seeing the staff again. I look forward to everything that I've experienced here. I am looking forward to returning back very soon. Hopefully in the next couple of months, perhaps.
All right, everyone. So what we just saw was the tour recap of what we've done so far. I have a promise because I know there's people who have been in these webinars before and we've been having the same tour recap video. So expect next webinar moving forward, we will have a brand new tour recap video with some of the new things that we have been adding to the tours. So next, I want to show you guys a video of, or a couple videos of some of the providers and doctors that you will be seeing when you come here, just so that you can get a feel, an introduction, you know, their English level, who you'll see, why they're here, taking care of veterans. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the video.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mariela Almonte. I'm a general practitioner and I'm taking care of the veterans here at Veterans Care International. I've been a doctor for 25 years, working with people all over the world. I'm dedicated to help veterans to improve their quality of life and health. I'm excited to help veterans because I want to repay them for the sacrifice they have done for their country. If you are a veteran, come and see how we can support you here at Veterans Care International.
The chiropractor was the best chiropractor I've had ever in my life.
My name is Alexander. I'm Cuban. I've been working more than 60 years as a physiotherapy and also chiropractor. I've been working in Russia, Finland, Venezuela, Colombia, and now here in Punta Cana doing my best.
While you're here,
All right, so we just saw two videos. The first one was the primary care doctor, and the second one was our chiropractor. And so like I said, those are only two of the multiple different specialists that we have here at Veterans Care International. And now I want to show a couple testimonials from some of the veterans that have been here on past tours, so you can hear their experience and what they felt about the tour. Okay,
you will receive some of while you're here, you will receive some of the best primary health care that you could ever imagine. For me, I had some issues with my feet, with my hearing, and so when I came here, they were able to focus more one-on-one with me, and what a way for the veteran to get that kind of assistance where they treat you more like a person than a number.
Nobody, they take care of everything that has to do with paperwork. They bring the doctors to you. I've been a disabled veteran for more than 10 years, and I have never gotten a care more personalized than I got it here. Every time that I had to get care, it was basically, I had to go through a lot of hoops to be able to get care. they have everything here. You don't have to worry about calling nobody. They take care of everything that has to do with paperwork. They bring the doctors to you, and all you have to do is be there and let them take care of you.
All right, so there we just saw a couple testimonials from some of the veterans who have been here on past tours. So let's move on with the presentation and talk about what is not included on this 7-day tour. So of course the flights are not included. All the meals are not included. So I'll get into that. Let's get into that right now. So when we say all the meals are not included, that means a lot of the meals are included and some of them are not. So if you want to know, the meals that are included are all of the dinners except one. So 6 out of the 7 dinners are included. Also, you have all of the breakfasts. 7 breakfasts are included. So essentially you only have to worry about 1 dinner and the lunch. But the other meals are included on the tour. Also, transportation for outside activities are not included on the tour. So if you, okay, so on these tours you do have free time. If you want to go out at night and explore, if you want to go out maybe on a day that you don't have many appointments, if you want to go to the mall, if you want to do your own excursion, you will have to take care of your own transportation. But all the transportation for all of the tour activities and everything related to the tour is included. Also, so alcoholic beverages, that is not included. And then the laundry is also not included. Everything else is included. Like I said, most of the meals are included. The hotel stay is included for all 7 nights. Transportation for tour activities is included. Medication and anything medical related is included. All of the activities that we do is included. And yeah, essentially you have this short list of things that aren't. And the reason that we include so much is because we want to make it as easy as possible for as many veterans to come and be a part of our program as possible, right? So as long as you can take care of these couple things, you're good to go. And we've received this question in the past where you may ask, how much do I need to bring, right? If all these things are included, how much do I need to bring for these 7 days? And we've had people, veterans that have been on the tour, say that they did not go over $200, okay? So you could think of that as your budget. You bring $200 and a flight ticket, you're good to go for these 7 days. All right, and then I also wanted to talk about the 2 different locations, because at the beginning of the presentation, I did mention that Veterans Care International has 2 different medical locations. The first location is at the IMG Hospital. This is the location where you will do some of your appointments. The least of your appointments will be here, so things like your lab work, things like your x-rays, things like certain specialists that you may need to see, like cardiologists, neurologists, ENT, those you would see at the IMG location. Now, the IMG location is a special hospital here in the area because it is the only hospital in the area that is U.S. accredited. And what does U.S. accredited means? That means that they are up to United States standards, and also that they accept certain United States insurances, okay? So there is where you'll do some of the appointments that I just mentioned right now. The second location is at the Wellness Center, and the Hotel Las Flores Wellness Center is also where you'll be staying, right? So you could think of it as a hotel, and then slash on the side of the hotel, we have consultation rooms and a medical wing, okay? So again, convenience is a very big priority of ours. So you could think of it like this. You wake up, you go to your medical appointments. Let's say you have an hour in between or a couple hours in between. You're not sitting in a waiting area or a lobby. You can go back to your room. You can go around the pool area. You can relax, and then you can come back and finish your appointments. So again, the place where you will have your appointments are a couple steps away from where you will be sleeping. And based on feedback we've heard, it is something that a lot of people love. So at the Wellness Center, this is where you'll do most of your appointments, most of your consultations. So the Wellness Center is where you will have the 7 nights. You will also get the transportation to and from the airport. So keep that in mind. Also, you will get the breakfast included in the mornings and the 6 dinners. And also it provides a nice pool area and a bar area where you can order drinks. You can get in the pool, of course, whenever you want. And again, this is why we do need your flight information before you come, so that we know when to pick you up and when to drop you off and what terminal. So we will ask for that before you come. All right, so now let's get into the Foreign Medical Program, also known as the FMP. So the Foreign Medical Program is a program for veterans where it covers service-connected medical, anything service-connected that's medical, that's outside of the United States, the FMP will cover it, okay? And so this is why we do need, when you register, we do ask for a couple documents, and one of those documents is the disability breakdown letter. Now, the disability breakdown letter is a list that will give us all of your service-connected disabilities, because that is what we will be able to treat here during those 7 days. Now, as far as how do you register for the Foreign Medical Program, again, convenience. We make it very, very easy for you. So all you have to do is come. We'll have the form here for you that you can sign. The registration form, we'll email it to the FMP office for you, and then you will receive your verification or your approval letter through the mail. So you come here, you fill out the FMP registration form, we email it to the FMP, and then you will receive in your mail when you get approved, essentially. Yes. And then also, so like I mentioned earlier in the presentation as well, is we put a heavy focus on wellness. When we talk about medical, it's not only doctors and consultation, but also wellness activities as well. And we usually do these first thing in the morning. So the first thing that you're gonna get your day started with before even breakfast is a wellness activity. We've done different things like yoga, we've done breathing meditation, we've done sound therapy. So these are just a couple of the things that we incorporate, and the guest today will talk a little bit more about the wellness side of this tour experience. Also, I wanted to also mention before I get into the enrollment process, if you were not here last week, we also talked about something new that we're adding, which is the aqua therapy. So that's something that for the first time we're gonna do for this tour that is in right now today. I just got back from the orientation. This is the first time we're trying the aqua therapy. So for anyone who's been here in the past, when you come back, you will get to experience that with the physical therapist. Also, we're incorporating other new specialists, like a stretching specialist that will work together with the chiropractor to, again, focus on those pain points and the issues that you're having, so that they can focus on the bones, they can focus on the muscles. You can get the therapeutic massage, you get the physical therapist, and you get a full treatment within this 1 week. That is another thing that we've heard a lot of feedback on, is just how amazing it is to be able to get all of your medical all of the specialists, everything taken care of in only 7 days, 1 week, everything, even preventative care like doing lab work and the tests that the doctors will do for you. Even if you feel good right now, you can get a full checkup and then they might find something before it gets really bad, okay? Which I know is a little bit difficult to get all those appointments at once in the United States. So now let's talk about how to enroll in the program. Everything sounds great. You know, I want to come for this week. I want to get treated. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my time in paradise. How do I enroll? How do I become a part of this? Okay, well, you first need to go to our website, www.veteranscareinternational.com. Is literally the name of the company.com. Then you're going to go to the Veterans Tour tab. You're going to scroll down and you're going to fill out the registration form. Now, the registration form will ask for your full name, your email address, your phone number, and what dates you're interested in. Of course, we need that information so that we can get in contact with you to make sure that we get all of your documentations and to confirm that you're registered for the tour. You'll select your date so that we know what date you're interested in. We can start making arrangements. After you fill out the form, you will have to deliver some documents that we request. And we only request 3 documents, that's it. We ask for the disability breakdown letter, which you might have to call the VA to get that. If you don't have your disability breakdown letter, you call the VA, you ask them, hey, can I get my disability breakdown letter? And they will email that to you, and then you can send it to us. So number 1, disability breakdown letter. Number 2 is a photo ID. Any photo ID, it could be a passport, it could be a driver's license, it could be a state ID, a veteran ID. And then the third document that we need is your DD-214. So with those 3 documents, you fill out the registration form and you book your flight, you're good to go. You're good to go. That's it. And just to clarify this, we do need you to book your flight in order for us to confirm your spot, because right now we're getting tours that are filling up, and of course some people may not buy the ticket and then end up not coming. So in order for us to secure your spot, because again, like I said, we have 13 maximum per tour. You have to send in all your documents and your flight to confirm. Again, after the 13, we're closed. We can't accept anybody else, and you will have to get a future date. So again, here on the screen right now, you can see all of the dates that we have all the way until December. Just to reiterate, we have these tours every single month, 3 weeks every month except December for the holidays. So 3 weeks out of every month, there's a spot for you to pick the one that best fits you. Fill out the form. Someone will get in contact with you. If you fill out the form 100%, someone will either email you, text you, or call you, and we'll make sure that we get everything we need so that you can come and have a great week. So this is the part of the webinar where we get to the special guest, where we have a quick interview with the guest, and then like I said, we have questions at the end. So if you have any questions at all for me regarding the presentation and the tour, or if you have questions for the guest, leave it in the chat and we'll get to it before the end. But now let's introduce him. So we have here Jure, and I would love for you to start off this segment by introducing yourself, who you are, what do you do as far as the Veterans Tour, and then I'll ask you a couple questions after.
Great. Thank you, Jalen. Lovely presentation.
Thank you.
I enjoy being here and enjoy working with the veterans, humble people. They've served their country, so I appreciate. And I think now it's time that they start enjoying.
Yes.
So it's a good deal for them. My name is Jure. I come from Slovenia, the only country that has love in the title of the country, in the name.
Oh, nice.
So I'm full of love where I come from in that sense. I'm a former table tennis athlete. I've played 15 years like on a high level, but I've trained and played 20 years. It's been a long time since I stopped because I dedicated myself coaching, mentoring, tutoring, and teaching. I'm also a physical education teacher formally, but I'm not working in school. I'm working in School of Life,
Nice.
working with people. And I was practically struggling part of my life with trying to win, trying to please everyone, like an ambitious athlete and like an ambitious person, not making anybody feel uncomfortable around me. And that has cost me a great deal of suffering as well. So I come from that space that I've learned what it's not good. And a couple of years ago, I had excruciated pain in my right hip because all of the years of playing table tennis and being too ambitious have weared my right hip down. So I was practically an invalid. Chronic injury, chronic pain, and after 10 years of being a meditation teacher, nothing worked, no meditation, so I felt completely powerless. And then I found the method, clinical somatics. It's called an upgraded version AEQ method, and that's what I teach the veterans. And of course, that's what I implemented on myself so that I didn't need any operation to change or to replace a hip or something, and I'm walking freely,
Nice.
pain-free,
Nice.
and we'll dive deeper into that.
Amazing. So, and that's great that you mentioned you found a solution for a problem without going to surgery, right? So again, I want you to emphasize really quick, what do you do specifically for the tour, okay? Because the veterans will come and they will see you, right? So what day and time do they see you, and what exactly do you do for the time that you have them for?
I'm privileged to be the first one that they get to meet.
Yes, that's true.
Cheryl and everyone else in the team. It's a big team behind. It takes a village to deliver everything.
Yes,
so
it does.
I'm honored to be a part of this team. And so something that you see is first me in the morning, Wednesday, I teach you how to breathe and how to feel your body, because that's where I see is the biggest issue in every human being, and especially veterans that serve the country, that have done amazing things and also horrible things, that lived it through in whichever way situation. And I think it's time to stop. I think it's enough, and it's time to start learning how to breathe correctly and use your whole body to go into that motion. So I go in a short exercise, breathing exercise, to open up those lungs and nose, nostrils, and the whole body, actually, that you start feeling how you can be more vital, how you can open and close your core body. And that veterans learn why they are still suffering in spite of pills, in spite of some treatments, therapies. They're still having that reoccurring chronic pain or chronic issues. So that's where I come in and set the tone for the whole week.
Nice, perfect, amazing. So, like Judah said, he does the breathing meditation. So can we specifically go, if I'm a veteran, let's say I have a mental and physical issues, how does your meditation help on the physical side? And then tell me, how does that help on the mental side?
Great question, and
Yes.
I'm sure many veterans have, and when I meet
Yes.
them, they are all eager to hear, what's this about meditation and breathing? We're not doing anything Zen-like.
Right.
There's no Buddha, there's no
No.
nothing yoga, no big movements. You practically lie on the floor, and I guide you into your body, into your precious body.
Yes.
You get to know yourself one more time, or maybe first time, and then I connect you, because the communication is important, physical, brain and body. Brain has deceived you and put you through so much pain and injuries and memories and PTSD, so many things traumatic that you just decided to knock it off. You don't want to hear the body. So you take anti-pain pills, anti-inflammatory, but this only aggravates everything.
Right.
So with the therapy, with the approach that I use, I improve this communication so that you start healing and feeling and listening to the body. Physically, you start noticing, and your brain starts accepting the messages from the body and says, okay, I'll sit down, I'll do this, I'll stop. Not just being in the brain and doing its own thing, but practically being more in a aligned version.
Yes.
So of course this helps you mentally, because you're not struggling anymore. You stop that anxiety or whatever attack you're having or feeling, and you are mentally more clear, because to stop the pain all the time, to not feel chronic pain, you use a lot of energy. So imagine having that energy available to use for something else, for your emotional relationships, that you can sit down and talk to your parents, kids, friends, veterans, co-veterans, and start enjoying life in that sense. So this is the effect of 1 hour or less than an hour exercise and breathing exercise, that you realign yourself.
Nice. Okay, so it definitely helps a lot. What I personally got from that is it really helps you be in tune with your body, mind and body connection. Because like you said, sometimes you're moving so fast, or you might be on certain medications where you might not have that alignment, and then something really bad happens, and it's too late. Right, you have a really bad accident, or something may happen internally. And again, we not only want to treat the current conditions you have, but we want to show you preventative skills as well, so that you can prevent your body and mind from worsening. So I definitely wanted to ask you as well, kind of, because again, if I'm a veteran, I want to know if you have had any experiences, because you've been on the tour now 6 times, and tomorrow is going to be your 7th time. So have you had any experiences at all with a veteran so far that you really, either they told you they felt the difference, or they told you they helped, or what was a moment that stuck with you as far as a main difference with a veteran?
That somebody finally paid attention to them, like holistically, and that they weren't pressured, they weren't compared, and they were heard, they were felt, and they were allowed to be. Even if they came in a wheelchair, or they had a previous stroke attack, and they were present, not in meanwhile of the therapy, of course, like earlier in life, or they've had any accidents, falling like a parachute with a parachute from the sky, a veteran, or some injuries. I felt that I could connect with each of them, because I'm connecting them with their body. It's not that they need to connect with me.
That's true.
Of course they do. I'm a funny guy. I'm an empathy guy. I feel the pain as well in my body. So I can connect with them and guide them, that they start noticing how to release it, how to connect with them. And this AEQ method, you can Google it, really does the wonder in that realignment.
Nice. So I'm really happy to hear that some of the veterans that you have seen have told you about the difference they felt and the impact, and hopefully that they go home and they can use this after they leave. So one last question, and then I'll open up the time for some of your questions. But I wanted to ask, because again, this is about breathing. So let's say I'm someone and I'm having a panic attack, or I'm having hyperventilation, or I'm in a moment where I'm having a panic attack, essentially. Do you think what you teach they can use in those situations, and if so, how?
Of course, that's what I teach, the small movement that's crucial, and the essence of breathing. We think that we breathe with mouth, no. With nose, maybe, yes. Most of it we need to breathe through nose and diaphragm, but we can include our neck, our shoulders, our chest, our pelvis, our spine, our legs, everything into breathing, and that's what the veterans leave with from the class that I teach and give over to them. And yes, if you have a panic attack, anxiety, like tension on your lungs, on your chest, something weighing you down,
Right.
it's because you're probably not breathing correctly.
Right.
Sometimes these issues happen because we are just under breathing.
Right.
We do not slow down our frequency of breath. We do not know how to inhale fully. I can say to every human being that we are breathing on 30, maybe 40%, even professional athletes. There's so much
Interesting.
more left to
Interesting.
untap
Yes.
and uncover and open.
Yes.
So that's why I'm so enthusiastic being an ambassador of this correct breathing and movement, slow, soft movement that you walk away with. The only issue is that you have a nervous system that's been programmed and into patterns for many decades.
Yeah.
That's the only issue. But
Yeah.
once you tap into that, you get the feedback, you start breathing, and you say, wow, this is something that's working. Then you just need to remember, remind, and put it into practice, especially when you have some attack, panic or something, or anxiety, and especially preventatively when you're watching TV, when you're watching an NFL game or something that you
Right.
like, or baseball, or you meet your parents or kids and you
Yes.
start suffocating, that you implement, slow down,
Right.
include this movement,
Right.
and you're better off.
Amazing, amazing. And I can tell you, I've attended your classes and I have used it in certain situations. When I'm upset, I gotta like remember.
Yes, open.
Open, close, breathe, relax, and then level head again. Amazing. So I really want to open up the floor for any questions that we have in the chat. I have Margarita here on the side that will read off all of the questions. Does that mic work? No? Okay, go ahead and I'll read them off after.
Question is from Mike Wilson. What if you are not rated yet?
All right, so the question is, what if you are not rated yet? So again, we need that disability breakdown letter. Really, without that, we are not able to accept you on the tour. So if you do have that disability breakdown letter, yes, we can figure it out. You can come. If not, then you would need to then get rated, get your disability breakdown letter, and then you can show up on the tour. Hopefully that answered the question.
Is there a specific portal on the website to submit the documents?
Is there a specific portal on the website to submit your documents? Yes, there is. So once you fill out the registration form, it'll take you to the next page, which is the page asking for you to submit your documents. So you're going to click on that link. It'll take you to a secured network. So we use Dropbox encryption so that you're submitting all your documents in a secure way. So again, yeah, you fill out the form. It'll show you a link to submit your documents. It'll take you to Dropbox. You submit those 3 documents, and then you're good to go. If you're having issues submitting your documents, please reach out to us. We have our phone number and ideally email on our website, and you can just email us, and we'll get right back to you the next day.
Still never saw the list of dates. Could not find it on the website.
Okay, so for the dates, and we could make some updates on the website, but all you have to do is go to the registration part of the website, and then there it'll give you an option to select date, and then you'll see all the available dates. We don't want to put all the dates just there to see because sometimes they sell out. So you have to go on the registration form part, click on select dates, and then there you will see all of the dates. If you're still struggling, like I said, email us, and then we can assist you and send you the list directly.
Could you go over the projected cost you stated earlier? So maybe about the $200.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so yeah, I can definitely get into a little bit more detail as far as what you will need to cover and how much you need to, how much you should bring, right? So again, I had a veteran on one of the webinars who said that he spent less than $200, right? Now you're thinking about lunch, which lunch is around $15 per night, and then you have one dinner, so that's another 15. So you're looking at a little bit over $100. Then it's up to you. If you're going and doing outside activities, it might be a little bit more. Let's say you're not doing any other activities. You're paying a little bit over $100 for food. If you want to buy gifts at the gift shop or things like that. But really, if you're thinking about what's the bare minimum, it's only the lunches and one dinner. That's it. After you cover the flight, that's it. And food out here is not that expensive, definitely because we negotiated a veterans discount at every single restaurant we go to. So $200 to $150 cash that you bring, you will be good to go, bare minimum. If you want to do extra excursions and you want to buy gifts and you order the lobster on the menu every night, then it could be around $300, but very, very affordable.
This is from Walter. Can the spouse get treated if they have a condition but not a veteran?
Good question. So let's talk about spouses and plus ones, and we get this question every single time. So I'll give you a detailed explanation on this. So every single veteran is allowed to bring one plus one / caregiver. So that could either be your caregiver, it could be your husband or wife, it could be your son or daughter, it could be your mom or dad, it could be your sister, but you can only bring one person with you, and they need to, of course, stay in the same room. So you guys will have to share the same room. But if they do come, the plus one has access to all of the activities, so all of the fun activities that we do, the plus one will be able to participate. All of the wellness activities, like what Judith talked about, the meditation, the spouses will be able, or the plus ones will be able to participate in those. We also, they of course are able to be a part of all the dinners that we provide and the breakfasts. Also, the plus ones have access to certain appointments, but not any, I would say, medical appointments. So, for example, we do provide one massage and a facial to the plus one that we offer to them. Also, we take them out to, on Wednesday, if they want to go out to get their nails done, or if they want to go to the salon, or we had a husband who he went and got his facial. If you want to go to the mall, we have certain times where we take the plus one so that they're not just sitting around waiting and doing nothing. They do feel incorporated and a part of the whole experience. Now, what do they not have? They technically don't have the medical side of things. Again, if the spouse or the plus one has something that we could easily check, yes, we can see what we can do. But again, contact us directly. With these specific scenarios, contact us directly, ask the question in more detail, and then we can let you know what we could do for your case in specific. That's it? Okay, amazing. So I don't know if we have any final questions before we end the webinar. I definitely want to take this time to thank Judith for not only coming here for the webinar, but for being a part of the whole tour, the whole program, for really being here for the veterans, and really trying to help and make a difference. Definitely, we appreciate it. I've gotten personal feedback that the veterans definitely appreciate what you do. And again, that's why we will continue to do it every single tour. If you come on a tour, expect to see Jude on Wednesday in the morning for his breathing exercise. One final question. Okay, let's see. Will we start dental? That is a very, very good question. So as you can see, we're constantly adding new things. We just added the aquatherapy. We added the stretching specialist. We are constantly trying to add new things to the program. Right now, we do not have dental added yet, right? Yet. It is on our radar. It is something that we plan to incorporate in the future. We're just taking it one step at a time. So no, we don't have it yet, but will we have it eventually? Yes, 100%. We are already working on possible options for us to also provide dental as well. And yeah. All right, so we have no more questions. So that means we're wrapping up and we're coming to the end of our webinar. Just a quick reminder, we do these webinars every single week, every Tuesday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, same link, same Zoom link, same password, a different guest. So every week we have a different guest. Last week we had our physical therapist. The week before that we had our general practitioner. This week we had Jure. Next week I am going to get a veteran to come and explain his experience live, a live testimonial. So yeah, expect a different guest every week. If you want to register, again, go on veteranscareinternational.com, go to Veterans Tour tab, fill everything out. We will get in contact with you. And of course, if you have a veteran that you know that may benefit from this 1 week program, this 1 week retreat, again, a lot of things included. Let them know, invite them to the webinar, get them connected, and I really, really hope to see everyone soon here in Punta Cana. So again, thank you everybody for showing up. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday.